Okay, so hello. Thank you for having me here today. It's a big honor. So that you actually spending your spare time on this Friday evening with us, with especially with me as well. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about because the whole my team right now and there in Tallinn celebrating Christmas Eve with a lot of alcohol probably. So I'm here. So yeah, and I also would like to say thank you to Maria, yeah, for inviting me here. So let me introduce myself a bit. So my name is Pavel, and I was born in a really small town in the northeast of Estonia. I guess like a population right now, there are around 14,000 people. And back in 2001, I decided to move to Tallinn, where I started my career as a designer. Yeah, I joined, I was like just a simple freelancer. I guess like it's probably story for each designer. They all the time starting their career like that. So then I joined to one of my friend company, like half a year there, and then switched to one huge financial company based in Estonia as well. And then I spent there for 5 years, yeah, as a product designer. And last 6 months I was a lead designer. So then I realized that actually 5 years is enough for me. It's a, I don't know, huge period for me. So probably I reached some kind of level in this company and that company. So I switched to another Estonian startup. It's called Pipedrive. Who heard about Pipedrive? Oh, okay, cool. Cool. So then I was there as a product designer as well, with a great team. And after a year and a half, I decided to change my life again. And switched to another Estonian startup, which is actually Bolt. Yeah. So when I joined to Bolt, there was only one designer for a few years, probably, yeah. So 5 years or something. And it's actually cool because she actually did everything. I mean, rider side of the app, driver side of the app, actually probably the old brand logo, Taxify. And she's still with us, pretty cool girl. And there's actually one lack when I joined. There is no any coherent style with the company, yeah? So I took responsibility to create a kind of design system, yeah? So as you can see right now, it's we call it digital foundation. Because we have different products, I mean drivers, scooters, food delivery, and more, yeah? So it doesn't work like that, but create one design system for each product, because for example, for driver, you probably need a bit bigger button because the driver all the time on the way, so, and they doesn't have any time to tap or click on some kind of really small, tiny buttons. So yeah, we're still doing it with all design team. I mean, with engineers all the time, because yeah, without engineers, all this stuff doesn't work at all. So what is actually Bolt? Who use Bolt here? Okay, cool. Who use Yandex? Okay, Uber? Ah, you don't have, but maybe, okay, there's some guy actually who uses Uber. Yeah, cool, cool. So, what is actually Bolt? I guess just to cover all this overall, I mean about the Bolt. The Bolt is actually a European transportation company. We doesn't call our just a ride-hailing because there's more products. So transportation company, we are focusing on make travel easier, quicker, more reliable, yeah. And the range of services, yeah, I forgot to mention, we actually operate in 30 countries, and there is 25 million customers. But yeah, so but right now probably more actually, around 30. So the range of service, it's just a food delivery, scooters, it's a kind of micro mobility, and also drivers and rider side of the app, yeah. So, and also really interesting. Who know what is Boda Boda? Okay. Oh, one guy know about it. Yeah, it's a really popular transport kind of, I don't know, transport. It's really popular in African markets, so it's just like a motorcycle. So we operate in African markets, so it's really popular there. It's just like a motorcycle, the people going around the city on the motorcycles. Yeah. And the thing that I would like to talk today about the fails. I mean, not about the fails overall, about how we, actually really curious about how many designers do we have here? Could you please raise your hand, designers? Oh, not a lot. Okay, interesting. Okay, so not about the fails overall, just about like how to decrease amount of fails that you can actually do while you're designing something and design process, yeah? So, but overall, probably everyone know that failure are good, yeah? So mistakes or something, it's really, really cool, yeah? Because without the fails, we couldn't reach our goals. So without the fails, there is no, I don't know, probably, I don't know, revenue for a company or something. Because we, at least like I heard at least once, I mean like something that learned from mistakes, yeah, from the childhood. I heard a lot, yeah. Yeah, but let's talk about it further, yeah. Even like such a huge company like Amazon doing mistakes. Who know the story about the Fire phone? Okay, some people know about it. So this is Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon company, huge company. And back in 2014, Jeff Bezos probably wanted to be a part of success story about mobile markets or something. I mean, like an iPhone or like Samsung, they're inventing the mobile phone and so on. So, and he just probably, I don't know how it was looked like, but he came to the designers and engineers and said like, okay, let's take this part of this pie and be also success story of this market. And then let's invent our own phone. So they did this Fire phone. This is the presentation. And yeah, so long story short, about probably after 3 months after this launch, they terminated actually manufacturing this phone at all. Yeah? And the company lost around $117 million. So probably Jeff Bezos doesn't care about this amount of money, yeah? So who cares? Okay. So, but then, after all, Jeff Bezos said that, yeah, they didn't do any research. They was just so excited to have like this part of this market about the, I don't know how it's called, mobile or something. So, yeah. And we also have such a story. I mean, like not so huge. We didn't, I know, lose so huge amount of money, but probably every company has this kind of mistakes or do some kind of mistakes all the time. So our story begins from the design system, yeah? So when I joined, so we decided, okay, there should be some kind of design system that we wanted to use or something. And we did it. And we were eager to start using it, yeah, to implement it into the app. So, yeah, there was a lot of designers and then like, yeah, let's do it faster. Yeah, that's such a cool. And then, so one of this component that was designed, or like, I mean, like for sure, like there was a lot of screen that we designed, I mean, like redesigned. And one of these was like cancel button here, yeah? We also changed the destination address from here as well. So probably a lot. So changed the map styles. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, we were so eager to change everything. And this is kind of what we did. Yeah. So what actually we did? We just put this cancel button, I mean cancel the right button, into the bottom sheet. So actually, you doesn't see it here. Yeah. So what customer needed to do, actually, he needed to swipe up and only then navigate it there and use it. So because we thought, cancel, who used this cancel? If they wanted to order a taxi, probably doesn't want to cancel, yeah? And less cancellation equal more rights, yeah, probably. So let's remove this button there. So Actually, it was really bad because we were just like based on our assumptions, yeah. And then we decided, okay, so let's launch internal A/B test. We're usually doing it like that among our employees internally, and probably for sure we got some feedbacks about some minor, I don't know, UI components that like why this button is so rounded or something and blah blah blah. Yeah, but there is no any kind of feedback about the usability issues. Yeah. So then we said, okay, let's launch it globally. Probably, yeah. So if there is no any usability issues, so probably everything will be fine. Yeah. So and then after 1 month, we got these numbers. I mean, the minus 10% cancellation. Amazing, cool. But at the same time, one metric that caught our attention, there is no any increase by finished trips. Really strange, yeah? So why it's happened? So then we start dig deeper, like why it's happened. And then we found really good attractive metrics that clients don't show up, plus 9%. What does it mean? It's mean like a driver got an order, yeah, request. He accepted it, moving toward the pickup point, and when he arrived, there is no one. And actually, probably, I don't know, drivers feel like that. So we're losing authority among our clients, and also like a lot of tickets from customers for customer support about like a driver from the drivers. So then we understood actually we made a big mistake about it, yeah. Because as designer, for sure, we all knew before that how this design process should look like, yeah. So don't have a temptation, jump into design something, and that's it, yeah. So we started. I mean, like for sure, we need to change this situation, and we started from the more proper. I mean, like a research process. Yeah, and there is two kind of methods, yeah, of research. It's quantitative and qualitative. So the quantitative analysis or research, whatever, quantitative answering on question why, what, yeah, sorry. So it's mean like how many click was made on this button, and qualitative answering a bit specific thing I will cover in the next slides. So it's answering on question why exactly people did it. I mean, like why they exactly click on this button. Yeah. So, and one of the important part, at least for us, it's competitive analysis. Yeah. What does it mean actually? It's you need to go to your competitors. I mean, and navigate the screen. Yeah, what our competitors did on the same screen, or like why they actually did it, like I mean, like that. So here, as you can see, actually the Uber and Lyft. Yeah, so it's absolutely the same screens. Yeah, I mean, requesting state screen. Uber doesn't show nothing here. I mean, by the way, they doing a lot of actually A/B test. I mean, they testing a lot every new month. I'm using the Uber because I should do it, and there is all the time some new stuff there. And Leaf has something, I mean, edit right, but it's not so clear. I mean, like a cancel the right or something. It's just like an edit right. Yeah, it's maybe not so good. Who knows? So, but actually, we doesn't call our competitors like that. I mean, competitors. We call them friends. Yeah. So. So the next step is one of my favorites. It's a wireframe. Yeah, it's exactly my wireframes from the table. Identify specifically all that wireframe that I did during this specific task. I mean, about to improve this cancellation right and etc. So, but yeah, that's what I found because I have a bunch of them on my table. So why a wireframe is so important? Just like when you presenting your idea to your I don't know, colleagues or someone else. And when you show them like I don't know, almost finished design in Figma or Sketch, they always distraction on UI. I mean, like, why this button, I don't know, so big, or why this icon is too tiny or something. They all the time distraction on it. So the wireframe helps to like focus on exactly on your idea, yeah? And it's actually really efficient and really fast to do, rather than moving all these parts and the components and Figma or Sketch, yeah? So the next step after you got an idea on after wireframes, after tons of discussion, so then we could probably switch to high-fidelity prototype, yeah? We're just doing it to prepare for a user test and so on. And what we did, yeah, we stick this cancel right button into the button. So, and also, how to say, we did it on the opposite side, because we did a mistake about to change a lot of components initially, yeah. So, and then we wanted to see like how this specific component will affect on the numbers. I mean, on the KPI. So that's why we didn't change nothing here. We just put this only button here, and that's it, yeah. And wanted to see what's happening. Okay, so we were happy about it, yeah. And then the next step, it's exactly about the qualitative analysis. Sorry. Yeah, probably user tests look like this for some of the people, yeah. But it's not so scary. Ouch, ouch, yeah. So user test. It's one of my favorite, because you can actually see what's actually where your potential customer might struggle with, yeah. So within UI or something. So how I usually doing it? I'm just take the table, preparing all the possible problems that I would like to be answered during the user test. Then most difficult part that all designers think, just to find a participant for the user test, yeah. So, but it's actually not so scary. I mean, like, because there is some kind of golden rule that 5 people might answer on all your question. You don't like it? I could stop it. Okay, I will stop it. So, the user test, I mean, like, yeah, 5 people might give you the answer for the most of your possible problems, yeah? It's if at least 3 people from 5 will focus on the same, or like giving you the common feedback about, hey, I didn't find this button here, or like I was like kind of have a problem with this address bar or something, yeah? That's probably exactly the problem that you need to solve as soon as possible, yeah? So it's also important to asking during the user test, asking open-ended question, because if you would ask like something, try to cancel please this order. So for sure, like a participant will start looking for exactly this button where it's navigate. But if you actually ask him, like, imagine the situation that you go into the party with your friends, and then you order a taxi, and then fast realize that there's 6 of you, I don't know, and you actually probably need the big van or something. So what actually you would do? Yeah, probably then participant will start thinking about it. Oh, I probably will click here or something else, and so on and so on. Then you will find actually where is exactly the problem. Yeah, and also it's important to shut up and listening. Yeah, so like ask question and see what the participant do. Yeah. So results. I mean, like we did all the stuff there. A/B test, user test, wireframing, a lot of iteration, and etc. So then we decided, okay, let's launch another A/B test. We also did it like that, in the same way, internally first among our employees. The same, all was good there. No any problems about the usability issue. So, and then we launched globally. And the result, that cancellation became -5%. With the previous 110, yeah? Amazing, probably. But it was not so interesting for us at that time. We was focused on the client don't show up. And yeah, from the 9 to 1, it's probably exactly what actually it showed us. I mean, like this was exactly because we removed this cancellation button from there. Yeah, amazing. That's how it's work. I mean, so long story short, the conclusion about all the stuff. I mean, it's how important to have this research during the design process. So we shouldn't skip this part. It's really important. And at least for me at work, I'm spending I know 90% of the time doing the research, understand the business goals, and et cetera, et cetera. So it might be take like I mean like a whole week, and only then I could spend on Figma, you know, couple of hours or like to design something. I mean, yeah, it's also, I mean, like research also applicable for a whole life, not only about design. I mean, for instance, before to buy something, I mean, laptop or TV, you probably would ask your friends, I mean, like, what do you think about this TV? What do you think about this laptop? And then you need to go to, I don't know, you probably would like to go to see some kind of reviews on the web about this device or something. It's the same, actually. So it's really important. Iterate more, ask more, and so on. And thank you.
How many designers do you have in your team?
Really good question. Not a lot, but we hiring really aggressive. And we have on the ride-hailing side right now we have 2 designers, and all domain has only one designers. Yeah, and all of them are actually based in Tallinn, so there's no any designers, I don't know, like in Africa or something else. And if we need some feedback from, for instance, African ops, sometimes we go exactly there. I mean, in Africa, and there's I don't know, a few countries that we're visiting all the time. And also they sometimes visiting us in Tallinn, so yeah, like that.
I still don't understand what do you do, but are you full stack developer, like you develop your idea from start to finish, or you just draw your wireframe and then pass it over to engineers?
Actually, we're doing it all together. I mean, like how this.
So it's like small agile team.
Yes, yes. So we call it internally Pride. So we split it on the team. Yeah, exactly. So the Bolt Food, for instance, has their own designer. I mean, like one guy actually who did all this Bolt Food for 6 months. Amazing. That team has their own developers, product manager, product owner, and that's it. Yeah.
You mentioned only Sketch and Figma. What's your opinion about Adobe XD and what's about that in big companies like Bolt?
Good question. Never try. I saw some kind of news that Adobe launched some really fancy animation and etc. But for us, Figma is better. I could tell why. Yeah. So initially, when I joined, we used Abstract for like a version control. Then we use Zeppelin for share with the engineers, developers, and so on. Then we use Marvel for, I would say, live prototype if you need to prepare something for a user test, yeah? So we put everything into Marvel, and then Marvel has this mirror, the same like Figma has, probably, I don't know, like Sketch also has it, yeah? So, and then, yeah, it was really convenient, I mean, and we also use Sketch, yeah, as well, so 4 products, yeah? And then Figma appeared, and we thought, come on, everything in one app, yeah? So why we need to use a lot of this, I don't know, tools if there is a one source of truth, yeah? I mean, Figma, so really convenient. You put everything there, use it, and I don't know. I don't know, does Adobe XD have the same features, no?
They don't have those tools inside, but they have right now a lot of like additional tools applying from outside, and they're really updated.
Yeah, I also always wanted to try it, but there is no time. So, yeah. Someone. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I have, thank you for this panel. I have two questions. First one about your design system. You start from very beginning that you have a design system now in the Bolt.
Yeah.
And my question is, so your applications looks different from UI and from UX perspective. I mean about Bolt Ride application and Bolt Food.
Okay.
But you have a design system. So what? It should be on this way, or it's?
Sorry, just try to specify. Specify. I mean, like the Bolt Food and ride-hailing app are different. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, but my question: why they should be like in the same way? I mean, like because they doing their own. I mean, like a work. I mean, how to say? At least like a button there is the same. I mean, rounded. Yeah. It's exactly like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit difficult question. I mean, like I could answer it later. Yeah.
And second little question about when multiply destination cars appears.
Okay, soon, really soon. We already did it, and it's already in the internal A/B test. So it's already developed. Yeah. So really soon. Please wait a bit. Yeah, I know. It's the most often request from everyone. Yeah.
A question, but why you made a branding? Why you changed from Taxify to Bolt, and why you choose this like Bolt?
Okay, so I will I will answer on this question. It's actually the second most popular question. Yeah. So because Taxify, it's about taxi. Yeah. When we start this. Up, it's all about the taxi only, yeah? Bolt about everything. I mean, there is some kind of issues in some regions that if you use, taxi in your company name, you need to pay extra taxes for it. And in UK, probably it's a lot. And another reason is like, we are not more like a kind of taxi. We're providing more services. It's a Bolt Food, scooters. Like it would be a bit difficult if you see them, like Taxify food, yeah, for sure. Like it. And Bolt, it's really cool. I mean, like everyone use it, everyone talking about it. Yeah, so why not?
Could you share some learnings about how do you actually plan this kind of a rebranding and then implement and perhaps measure some results? I mean, when you implement such a small feature on the app, it's easy to say what are the KPIs, but when it comes to like such a grand scale rebranding, how do you approach that?
So I guess it's this question, I don't know, mostly for marketing. So we are not the marketing, but I don't know how they measure it actually. Yeah, so it's true. So
from your like a designer perspective, do you have to take anything into consideration when designing the app? I mean, I guess the rebranding stands not just for changing the name, right? It changes the kind of the message that you want to convey, and hence the design should be reflecting this.
Yeah, right now we're working about the voice of tone, all about the stuff. I mean, like how they cover like what we are in the markets and et cetera, et cetera. But it's really difficult question right now. I couldn't answer it, and it's yeah. So sorry.